Just chase. Dr. Joe Griffin. Yeah. I introduce you to Dr. Joe Griffin, a speaker, consultant, and author's intention is teaching their talk is to broaden their vision, the things they weren't taught when they brought up as children. I introduce you to Dr. Joe Griffin. It's Dr. Joe Griffin. I introduce you to Dr. Joe Griffin, a speaker, consultant, and author's intention is teaching their talk is to broaden their vision, the things they weren't taught when they brought up as children. Reach for the top, regardless of situations, predicaments, or your conditions. He's making history all of the districts, increasing retention from teachers, 50 to 80% that ain't all that you hear me. He is the mentor. He paved the way with his dip methodology, really. Dream, be persistent, face fears, seek change, go out and go get it. This what you learning with Dr. Joe Griffin. With Dr. Joe Griffin, yeah. He says recognize trauma, push past the pain. If you got a problem, go look at his frame. Work your perspective and look at it change. Find a goal, set it in critical thing. Manage time, self-awareness. These are the few of the things he's trying to get you to do every day. Do every day. Led 5 schools to increase test scores with his teacher principal collaboration. Things he give to you will have you take you drive to the next level. But first, you need to get some fuel at gas station. Supporting education leaders, creating a culture for kids that'll last for ages. Lack of access to quality professional development, that's outrageous. Got his doctorate in education. Leadership, research, make changes. Need to put the kids first and raise them. Need to teach them they worth stop.
Great day, leaders. Welcome to the Speaking Life into You Leadership Live Stream. I am your host, Dr. Joe Griffin, where we talk leadership dynamics, personal and professional growth, educational trends, all to provide solutions to school improvement and help you create a culture of collaboration. Let's go! It's indeed a great day, you all. Thank you all for joining, whether you are live or whether you're coming back and catching the replay. It is definitely a pleasure. You could be anywhere, you could be doing anything, but you decided to tune in with Dr. Joe today for the Speaking Life into You Leadership Live Stream. Where you calling in from? Where are you zooming in from? Let's definitely put that in the chat. I want to connect with you. I want to be able to see where you're calling in from. So please put that in the chat, whether you're live or whether you're coming back, you're seeing this in person. Also, please make sure to hit that like button, share it. Share it. Please share it. Let's start with some affirmations, you all. You all know I'm big on affirmations. I believe in putting in that positive mindset. No system works without the matching mindset. Just always remember that. No system works without the matching mindset. So I want to start with a couple of affirmations. I resolve conflicts. I resolve conflicts positively. Repeat that after me or either put it in the chat. I resolve conflicts positively. That's so important, you all, as an educator, as a person. I prioritize my well-being. I prioritize my well-being. Isn't that so? Say it proud. I understand my impact as an educator. So Senator Mark Kelly on Thursday night giving his speech for President-elect, soon to be President-elect Kamala Harris, he made note that he flown into space 4 times. Also that he flown into combat 40 times. But he never, ever did it alone. He said it takes teams. It always does. Ooh-wee. Doesn't that just get you fired up? One team, one mission, one goal, one vision, and then we on this journey together. That's what it's all about, you all. So today I'm going to take you on a journey. I'm going to take you on a journey and tell you about how it all began with me. Give you some principles for shaping a positive school culture that you can continue to use throughout the school year. As you know, this is our first 9 weeks sessions of Speaking Life into You Leadership Live Stream. Of course, we're going to go through the entire year, but this is just the first 9 weeks. We've got lots of great guests, and then I'll be coming occasionally individual as well, like I am today, to give you some extra value also. as a leader, you've got to always remain optimistic. And that was one of my fortes, keeping an optimistic mind flow, because I know that we can do it. I know that you can do it. I know that you can put teachers and students in positions to be successful, because I've had the opportunity to do that in several situations. No stranger to leadership. I've been researching, I've been practicing these collaboration techniques for many years, and I'm going to start you with the journey today. I want to take you to where it really all began. Back in 2009 or so, I started this research on collaboration, and I began it with interactive leadership and its effects on behavior problem student success. So I always knew that there's a connection that has to be made. There are relationships that have to be formed in order to make a school community go hard. So that was the crust of the basis of where I began. I was already a young principal, and as I told you on last week, an older teacher told me that I had to give them vision. I had to remind them why they were there, and that we had to increase the collaboration, because shit felt like that all the teachers were on islands, and that hit home to me. So I knew that something had to be done to increase collaboration, and I started the methodology from the administration down to the students, and picked out behavior problem students, because I knew that was one of the issues that we were facing. And I continued the principal for a number of years, 5, 6 to be exact. And then the specialist work, which was what you just saw, the interactive leadership and behavior problem student success, it graduated. As we know, our research, our practitioner experiences, they always evolve. So I moved from that particular research and study all the way to discipline culture and the integrated leader's role. And that's the background research. I even put a link, so if you want to go back and look at the dissertation on discipline culture, because it's about discipline culture is the collaborative way in which teachers and administrators work together to handle issues, and how that affects the instructional practice that teachers are willing and able to use. So that goes back to the theory that I often mention. If we're not working with teachers on the issues that present themselves, how do we expect them to work with us on using those high yielding instructional practices that get the results that we know we're going to need? So I moved from discipline, culture, and instructional practices, and I wanted to make sure you had that good definition, because discipline culture, it links the staff and the administration. Okay, it influences. Leadership influences it, and it is a positive construct. A lot of times we equate discipline to negativity, but discipline is correcting misbehavior or correcting behaviors that were not conducive to what we're trying to do in the environment. And issues come from student to student issues, yeah, as well as student to adult issues, yeah, and then you have your adult to adult issues. All of these things affect the instructional practices that teachers are willing and able to use. So you probably were mistaken about what you thought discipline culture is. It's more than just student misbehavior. It goes way, way, way deeper than that. I've just presented to you a list of different principles that go along with discipline culture. I won't read them all, but I'll share some of them with you, because we're going to get somewhat deep today, as deep as we can in the amount of time that we have for our life. But it's correcting behavior versus punishing misbehavior, even if punishment must be issued. Okay, it's being proactive. And I want to skip down. It's ensuring that teachers feel like they're a part of a team, a championship team, even if they're not the champions, even we're not the champions, until we become the champions. You all, that's what teamwork is about. Lifting each other up, buying into the program, because buy-in then leads to ownership. Buy-in then leads to ownership. It also is providing information to teachers so they can implement in their classrooms versus sitting on the sideline or looking from the inside or looking from the outside within. So we've got to include teachers. Leaders and teachers must work together. And you're going to see how these theories have evolved here in just a moment. So we move from principal correcting behavior problem, student success. Then we move to teachers and administrators working together to improve instruction. And then we got to the DIP approach for educators. And that's discipline culture plus instructional practices equals performance. I'm going to say that again, y'all. Discipline culture. Remember, that's the collaborative way in which teachers and administrators work together. Discipline culture plus instructional practice equals performance. That's the D, discipline culture, the I and the P, instructional practices, and the last P equals performance, you all. And we graduated then from the DIP approach for educators, and now coming soon, empowering educational communities, a guide for teacher-principal collaboration. It's set right now to come out September 20th, which is also just happens to be my birthday. But I wanted to give you all that little bit of background. I want to give you that little bit of background because all of this aligns to the instructional leadership practices, cultural leadership practices, and organizational leadership practices that we continue to tout and that we continue to talk about. So please, please understand that I've been doing this collaboration work. I've been turning around schools. All during that same time while I was doing this research, I was also doing practitioner experiences. And you have to take the good with the bad. For instance, because your job is still to create a culture of collaboration, whether it's good or whether it's bad. In my instance, I faced situations where I had to correct the culture, where I had teachers teaching some advice for those who would end up in prison to a group of students who were at promise. We won't say at risk because we call them at promise, but it was totally incorrect. So we have to correct those type of situations, but still be able to create that culture of collaboration. Had another time where I was able to take a school who had never had success and they were D rated. We were able to move to a B within 1 year. But then here's the catch. We were able to keep that rating for 4 years thereafter. It was the first time in the school history, but we were able to keep that in place because of the things that we were doing to create that culture of collaboration. So important. I next want to share with you some ideas. When I talk to you about the instructional leadership capacity, the instructional leadership practices, we're going to come back. We're going to share some of those as well. I want to first share with you what we have moved to with systemic collaboration. After you get your discipline culture together, you then want to move to a culture of systemic collaboration. And I'm going to define that for you here. Give me just a second as I slide. Trying to get to the correct slide, you all. Give me just a second. Not doing right for me, but that's okay. I'm going to read it from the book anyway. And it's on page 24 in this new one. Give me just a second here, you all. Here we go. Systemic collaboration. Defined. For collaboration to be most impactful, it must be systemic. And it must include all roles within the educational community. Systemic collaboration involves creating a shared vision and clearly communicated goals across every level of any organization. Across every level, it must be systemic. It requires regular communication, accountability, and collaboration. To move from cliques and groups within the big group toward fostering a culture of teams working for the same goals is the result of systemic collaboration. Recognize and value contributions of all members of the school community, from superintendent to support staff, is a big step toward creating a culture of systemic collaboration. By birthing systemic collaboration initiatives, schools and districts create a cohesive and supportive environment with a shared vision for enhancing student outcomes. So when collaboration is systemic, it creates a strong foundation for effective teacher-principal collaboration. Teacher-principal collaboration does not happen unless the entire system collaborates. Therefore, we come up with the term systemic collaboration. We then want to go into some instructional practices, you all. I want to give you some instructional practices that you can use, that you can take, that are simple, that you can implement immediately. First off, your top 10. Your top 10. I'm not going to put this on the board, but you can take notes or what have you. But your top 10, those are the 10 top things that you need in your classrooms, that your leaders are going to pipe down to your teachers, and your teachers are going to ensure that they have these things up. It may be inclusive of your motto, your mission, your vision, of course, your objective, your daily agenda, your crisis plan, your interactive word wall. Okay, you may have a data wall, but you can cater those top 10 things to whatever it is that you need for that particular school at that particular time. So that's very crucial. But leaders, top 10. This is going to help your classroom uniformity. This is going to help those procedures that you want to see throughout the school put in place. Top 10. Put it on the document. Make sure everyone has it. Also ensure that they post the top 10 in the classroom as well. So you may have 11, but those are some things that are going to help everyone in the building remind them that this is a team. We're in this together. And one of the things that you can do to double down on the top 10 is to have a great walkthrough instrument. And if you want this walkthrough instrument, DM me. I'll make sure I get it to you. But your walkthrough instrument is so that you can have some I see you versus I got yous. It's simple. You're not going in doing a full evaluation. It's not even formal. It's formal. But you want to be able to go in, get a quick look, survey everything that's going on. Of course, make sure the students are engaged and check for your top 10. Those things that you and the teachers have already agreed upon, that every classroom is going to have these things in their room. Again, motto, vision, objective, agenda, interactive word wall, which is so crucial because you want to make sure that vocabulary integration takes place on a daily basis. That's one of the ways that you're going to help students be able to read and comprehend and be more proficient. Again, those are two quick strategies that you can use for as pushing your instructional leadership principles. Again, your top 10 is a classroom uniformity technique, and then your informal walkthroughs. And to kind of gauge that, you can even have teachers kind of shape the instrument. Collaboration, you all. Collaboration is a mindset. Remember, it's a mindset. It's not random. So you have to continue to make efforts, extend efforts to make your influence greater, but also to gain more participation from those that are in the battle with you. So those are quick instructional leadership inputs. I'm going to give you a cultural leadership input as well. And a lot of people might think that this is minute. But I'm here to tell you, creating a motto gives your people something to live by. And we're not talking about a generic motto, be kind, be great. No, those are mottos that serve others, which is, of course, what we want to do. But you want to have a motto that reinforces to the students their greatness, that they hear every single day, because this is something that you want them to live by. I have a number of ready-to-go mottos. For instance, you'll see on the board here, winners in life, determined and committed, anticipating the success. That's for any group of Wildcats. Panthers, pushing ahead, never thinking hopeless, expecting real success. These mottos drove the school environments. Tigers, tearing into greatness, expecting real success. These are free. You can use these, you all. I'll ask you, give me a little credit, give me a shout out, maybe a post or something. Just tell me that you're using it, and it's working for you. I had a administrator in training at one of my schools that got a assistant principal job at another school, and he went to that school and he took the Tigers and didn't even tell me thank you. Didn't even let me know that he had gotten it from. But that's okay, because that's not why we do it. We do it from the heart. We do it because education is service. So that's what it's all about. And Oilers, outstanding intelligent leaders expecting real success. When we were Cougars, coming out into greatness, accomplishing or achieving real success. When we were Eagles, eagerly anticipating greatness, learning and expecting success. So those are several different mottos that you can go or that you can use with your particular mascots or what have you. And when that takes on, when the students take it on, I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Hold on, you all. Let me pull this back up real quick. I had it in there. Yeah, there it is. No, that's not it either. Give me just a second, you all. I want to pull this up for you because this is going to be worth your seeing. All right? This is going to be worth your seeing. Give me just 1 second, you all. But your mottos are so crucial. You want to be able to live them. You want to be able to live it with your people. Okay, you all. All right, so I can't pull it up right now. It looks like I wasn't able to get back to it, but that's okay as well. No system works without the corresponding mindset. So we're going to go a quick review of some of the things that we talked about real quick, because I want you to be able to take the things that we talk about here on the live stream and be able to implement them. First off, discipline culture, the collaborative way in which teachers and administrators work together. That's your student to student issues, your student to adult issues, as well as your adult to adult issues. If you're a leader and you don't realize the importance of making sure that occurs, that you handle those issues, you cut them off at the head, you don't let them manifest, you don't let them continue to live. You got to take care of those issues, you all, no matter what way or which way they come. Make sure you're doing that. We talked about systemic collaboration across all levels. I read you a passage from the latest book, which talks about systemic collaboration across all levels. That's from your superintendent to your district administrators, to your principal, assistant principals, teachers, and assistant teachers, as well as your office workers, custodial staff, and others. You've got to make sure that collaboration is taking place across the board at every single level. Instructional leadership. We talked about several instructional leadership inputs. One of them was the top 10. Implementing that top 10 as a core implementation so that all of your teachers, all instructors, all educators are on the same page with, look, this is what's expected. This is what we want to see in each and every classroom. Sure, the lessons will be different from class to class and things of that nature. But again, we want to have these uniform principles. And then you back that up with your walkthrough. Your walkthrough, again, it has those top 10 things on it, but it also has some other engagement pieces that you want to look for as well. And then, of course, your organizational leadership piece, ensuring that everything goes forward. Everything is to sustain and move forward. Your school culture, it must be a reflection of your efforts to build teacher capacity, improve performance for both students and teachers, and create a culture of collaboration. And create a culture of collaboration. That's what it's all about, you all. That's why we're here, okay? That is why we are here. Key takeaways. If you have some key takeaways today, you all, I definitely want to hear your key takeaways. If you got some key takeaways Tell me what they are, please. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to still show you what they said. We are Tigers. This is when the whole school takes it on. Isn't that something you would like to have at your school? Because I can't make that up. That excitement, that energy, that wanting to be there. Don't you know that if we have a place where students want to come, that they believe in the motto, that they believe in the vision of the school, that's going to make instructional practice easier for teachers? That's a key, crucial point in building a culture of collaboration. So I definitely wanted to show those to you all. I want to also make sure that you implement something. Make sure you go back, watch the prior episodes. This is just week 4. Next week, we've got a wonderful guest out of Houston, Texas, a young educator who's doing great things. We're going to put that announcement out at the end of the week as well. Your affirmation, you are. I resolve conflicts positively as a teacher. Say that. I resolve conflicts positively as a teacher. I prioritize my well-being as a teacher. I understand my impact as a teacher. So if you want to professional development, I also offer leadership assessments that help you build that culture of collaboration. Please make sure you don't hesitate to reach out anytime. You can DM me here, whether you're watching at Facebook, LinkedIn, X, or on YouTube. Please feel free to reach out to me. I have a number of professional development pieces, as well as books and offerings. Put up my information so that you can definitely reach out at any time. I want to be there for you. I want to be the school improvement specialist that comes in to help you get the scores that you desire. I know what it takes. I've been there. I've done that. I've seen the peaks. I've seen the valleys. So I understand what you're going through. I understand what you're going through. Again, the books that accompany this platform. We've got the Dip Approach for Educator Success Manual. That's the Discipline Culture Plus Instructional Practices Equals Performance. Please make sure you get that. It is on Amazon. Instructional Leadership, 40 step-by-step practices in this book, you all. You got 10 discipline culture strategies, 20 instructional practices, and then 10 performance strategies. Powerful step-by-step implementation. Those are practices that I've used over time at the various places that I was able to help schools improve, whether as principal, whether as assistant principal, or in my role as global consultant now. Here you have the Dip Approach for Student and Adult Success Guidebook. And you have the Dip Approach for Student and Adult Success Curriculum. This is the curriculum. It has the activities. 33 principles in this book, you all. Dream with desire, that's the D. Initiate and invest in yourself is the I. Push past pain is the first P. And then persist with purpose is the last P. And each one of those principles has 8 to 9 different principle implementations up under it to help you be everything that you need to be. And then, of course, coming up, Empowering Educational Community, a guide for teacher principal collaboration. No book like it on the earth. It balances between teacher and principal perspectives, helps them to hold each other accountable. I'm going to say that again. It helps to hold each other accountable, the teachers and the principals. And again, with systemic collaboration, none of this happens without the entire organization on the same page. None of it happens. So don't worry about it saying teacher principal, because that is very important. But none of it happens without you, superintendents, district administrators, assistant principals, teachers, of course, assistant teachers, and everyone else that's involved in the school system. So again, it is so important. Understand that no system works without the matching mindset. You all, it has definitely been great today. Next week, again, we'll have a guest. We were a little bit short tonight. I hope that was powerful information that came to you today so that you can be able to be the leader that you need, be the teacher that you need. Because again, this platform is not only for administrators, it's also for teachers, because teachers, especially teachers that already see themselves as the leaders that they are. If you already see yourself as the leader that you are, this is for you. Every single week, we're going to be here adding value to what you already do, what you already implement, what you're already doing for student success. So again, be inspired, be motivated, be great. You all have the best day. See you all on the other side. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you for joining.